Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing, or have done, a full face of one brand, and this brand is one of my top brands ever. Like, consistency wise, quality wise, it's just that girl, and the brand is Nars. I am a huge Nars user, and that is because I truly believe in the stuff they bring out. Just like Charlotte Tilbury, it's one of those brands that I can comfortably do a full face with, and that's what I'm going to do today to create this look. If you want to see what products I used for this makeup look, then stay tuned. First step to prime, obviously, we're going to use the Soft Matte Primer, which is currently my favorite primer. It's not a new one, I don't think, but it's just one that I have rediscovered, so I'm going to be using that. And you guys would be happy to know that I've got a palette to put my product on now instead of the back of my hand, so it's very much more professional around here. As I said, it does mattify my skin, and my skin is currently kind of on the drier side, if I'm being honest. It's not so much combination anymore, it's more dry. It's like a bit of flaking around my nose, but this is a really nice primer. It's not for gripping, it's just for mattifying the skin. I've got a little sticker on my forehead because that's where a spot is and I don't want to irritate it. That's a great tip if you do have acne. Just put these invisible stickers on your forehead and on your spots to cover it from the makeup so it doesn't get worse. So now that my skin is primed, I'm going to go in with the base, and I was going to use the Soft Matte foundation, but I'm going to use the Tinted Moisturiser, which is a favourite, in the shade Auckland. I'm going to do a full-on video, a single video for the new skin reflecting foundation that they have, because it's an exciting launch, so watch out for that video because I'm very excited to try that. This tinted moisturiser will remain one of my favourites. Very moisturising, it's got coverage as you can see, but it's not heavy, it's still breathable, very suitable for the summer as well. So yeah, I absolutely love it. I thought the Soft Matte was a bit too heavy for me today, so this is the foundation. And I'm not actually a very big fan of the long wear foundation, if I'm being honest. I prefer the tinted or the soft matte, which is very crazy because the soft matte is matte, but I do really like the coverage of that foundation, and it doesn't dry down like mattes usually do on my skin. So yeah, also really like the sheer glow actually. I like everything Nars, to be honest. Yeah, that was just my thoughts behind choosing this one today. For concealer, I'm actually going to blend two types of concealers that they have. I'm going to use the classic Radiant Creamy and also the soft matte. The soft matte I'm going to use under my eye and just anywhere I need it. And then I'm going to brighten it up a bit with a shade lighter in the creamy because I just want a little bit more dimension in my skin today. The coverage of the soft matte is honestly crazy. It's literally the perfect concealer you need if you're going for that baddie look, or just a really like clean 2D kind of look. You can see already how like flat it's making my face look. It's really great for a bright under eye look. So if you're looking for that kind of concealer for that trend, this is perfect. That's not kind of what I'm going for today, but it is kind of the vibe. I actually think I won't even use the creamy concealer because I forgot how much coverage this concealer has. Buffing that out with the Fenty foundation brush, which is actually really good at buffing out and blending the two types of products together. I wouldn't really use it as a foundation brush alone because it kind of takes up a lot of time, but to blend out the concealer and foundations together, it's very good. And then to set my under eye, I'm going to take this light reflecting setting powder by Nars. I usually carry it in my bag as an all over, but today I'm going to focus it under my eye because it really does a good job, as it says, at reflecting. So I feel like I'm kind of going for the bright under eye look today, so we're just gonna set all of that in place. I'm not gonna set the rest of my skin because I'm still to put on a lot of product on it, so I'm just gonna focus under my eye at the moment. So I don't actually have Nars eyebrow product, so I'm just gonna brush my eyebrows up, not put any extra product in, just really brush them up and leave them as they are. That's usually what I do sometimes, so this is not anything new. I also don't have a mascara. Now the Climax is a classic mascara, but I just don't have it at the moment. So I'm going to really try and make the focus of the eyes with just the eyeshadow, but the Climax is a very good mascara. So we're just going to move on to eyeshadow. I have a few Nars eyeshadow palettes, and they are some of my favourite eyeshadow palettes, and they're always the ones I recommend to people when it comes to, if you want range, if you want like drama, if you want a bit of everything, they are so good. And this one is actually one of my favourites. It's the Extreme Effects eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to go for a brown kind of all over look, kind of smoky vibes, and this shade looks perfect for that. So I'm just going to apply that all over my lid, a bit under as well, to create a bit of drama. I'm going to actually use my finger. This is the shade Code Red, and it's such a cool copper brown eyeshadow. I use it a few times actually, and it's so great at creating that subtle smoky eye look, which is great if you don't like a black eye look. I think as well with these looks, when the colours are like this, or it's like mono on your eye, then it can look quite cool when it's not perfectly blended out. I think that's quite a vibe. I feel like today we're going to go for that unblended look, potentially, we'll see. Okay, so I'm actually going to blend out the edges a little bit because it's kind of bleeding down, but I would go out like this because I think it looks so, like, it's such a statement when people wear just a block of eyeshadow, I think. So I'm not going to do too much on the edges, just a little clean up and just shape up. I'm just going to apply it under my eye as well. And the secret for this is, I mentioned it a few times, is if you have a bit of creasing, applying some eyeshadow under your eye kind of blends out that creasing and it makes it look less noticeable. So I love doing that. How gorgeous is this colour though? It's so stunning. It's like a copper brown, and it really goes with like every eye colour. So yeah, I absolutely love doing this eyeshadow look. Just a simple, so easy, but it's there's so much drama in it. So yeah, it's my favourite thing to do when I'm lazy but want a bit of impact. So I actually went quite low with the under eye eyeshadow because I quite like how that looks as well. So yeah, that's my eyes done really. I could do a black liner because their black liner is very like black, but I think that will actually ruin the look, so I'm just going to keep it very basic around the eye. So we're going to move on to bronzer, and the Laguna bronzer has been a go-to of mine. If you go and watch my old videos, it's still featured in that, so nothing new here when it comes to the bronzer. Now the blush is actually the hardest part of this all. I have so many shades, so many formulas. I don't know what it is I want to do. Don't know if I want a cream or powder or like liquid. I think I'll probably go for a cream, as always. Trying to see what colours would look best. I think this brush colour is kind of like an orange. It's very pretty. It's kind of like matching the eyes. I think I'll go for that and see if I have a powder maybe on top to go on top of it to kind of set it. But I'm going to use this cream one first. Taking a bit of that and warming it up on the palette, and then on the high points, they're super pigmented. Like, when I think of Nars, I truly think of their blushes above anything because they are so iconic. Like the Orgasm, it's an iconic blush. So if you ever want to try anything Nars, I would say try their blushes. Or their foundations, they're like the things I think about most when I think of Nars. I think this will be enough blush actually. I don't think I'll need a powder. I'm just going to calm it down a bit with the foundation brush of any leftovers on there. So I just found this highlighter blush kind of thing, and I'm actually going to use it. I know I said I wasn't going to use a powder, but this is looking very delicious, so I'm going to use it. This is the shade Tinted. I'm just going to like sweep it very lightly, add a bit of shine and colour at the same time. This has like the perfect amount of light reflecting glitter and shimmer in it because it's not glittery, which is what I don't like. It's a shimmer and it kind of creates like a, what's it called, not veil, like a mask on your skin, and you can see it's just so pretty. I am actually going to use a highlighter on top of that, and this highlighter is discontinued and I'm so upset about it. It's literally one of my all-time favourite highlighters by any brand, and I've had it for so long, and I always go on about having to throw away makeup because it expires, but I actually can't part ways with this, and I've emailed Nars saying, can you please bring it back? Not that they'll listen to me, but I need it to come back, and it's the Dual Intensity Blush in the shade Jubilation. And it's like a blush brick, but it's more of a highlighter for me. Yeah, it's just honestly the most gorgeous highlighter ever. ever, 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 ever. I'm gonna check the website and see if it's back, who knows, but last time I checked it did say it was discontinued, and that very much upset me, but it's so perfect. I don't know if it's discontinued like here or if it's discontinued everywhere, but if it is available and you do find it, please do purchase it. Please look at the shimmer, look at the, it's so natural, so natural. It's kind of almost like a wet look, and I love that, and it's very hard to find that in a powder, which is why I really, really like it. So yeah, I'm gonna stop talking about it before I cry. As you all should know by now, I do love a lip oil, and Nars do some of my favorite lip oils. I think today that's exactly the vibe I'm gonna go for. I'm just trying to see what shade would be perfect. I think this Daybreaker shade is going to be really, really pretty with the eyes, so I'm going to go for that. I am so, so happy with how this looks, and I hope you guys go and try out a few of these products because they are such good quality and they make your skin and makeup look so, so good. It's one of the brands I recommend if you are looking to, you know, spoil yourself and start spending a bit more on your makeup. It is literally that girl when it comes to makeup. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!